are you related, sir?
I'm the dad.
Your dad, okay. And then if you would just come unlock the door quick. Okay. Okay, yeah. She's gone.
Simple call, a suspicious clue, or just pure instinct. Sometimes that's all it takes for officers to uncover the unthinkable. But what happens when they discover hidden bodies?
Highly suspicious. Seems like a body part. But we didn't want to dig it out anymore till you guys got here.
You never told anybody that? Dave, we're not stupid, dude. You think we're gonna make that up? I'm not making anything up. You think I made this up? We know everything. You struck her with the half an axe.
Yeah, I don't know how many times.
Here are bone-chilling moments when cops discover hidden bodies. With our first case out of Michigan, where Keith Kwichinski thought his darkest secrets were safely hidden behind closed doors, until a routine welfare check shattered the facade, exposing a chilling homicide no one expected.
Oh boy, take him into custody, Rourke.
Keith, you came into the apartment, you've already told us that you covered her body up.
Yeah.
You got in an argument with her.
No, I didn't.
And it led to you killing her.
No.
That's what happened. The vacuum was there. Did you pick up the vacuum cord at some point and wrap it around her neck?
Yeah, I guess.
Yes, you guess, or yes, you did?
Apparently I did.
On September the 1st, 2022, Ann Arbor officers answered a call from a worried social worker involving a client who had gone completely silent for days, a red flag that hinted at something far more unsettling.
I'm a social worker with Ann Arbor Meals on Wheels, and I was calling to request a non-emergency wellness check for one of our clients.
And do you know that client's name?
Yep, it's Patricia Falkenstern, and just so as a heads up, the neighbor has been answering her door. They are sometimes friendly with each other and other times not friendly with each other. And he's saying that she's there and sleeping, but we haven't been able to actually get in and verify that she's okay.
Officers arrived at Patty's apartment for what seemed like a routine wellness check, but the eerie silence at the door hinted at something far more sinister. What they found inside was anything but ordinary.
Hey, Patty, you in there?
What's that?
Hey, Keith. It's Ann Arbor. Police. You with Patty?
No, she's out.
Oh, you mind opening up?
What's the problem?
Oh, Meals, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Meals on...
I didn't have my walker.
Oh, okay. Meals on Wheels has been calling because I guess she hasn't been answering the door. They were worried about her.
No, I answered. No, I live next door. I answered the door.
For Meals on Wheels?
Yeah.
Okay. But is Patty here?
No,
Oh, where's she at?
I don't know.
You got her phone number? We can call her? We got to make sure she's okay.
I don't know her number. It's a 616 number.
Okay. You mind if we take a look in there and make sure she's all right?
She's not here.
Okay, where'd she go?
I don't know.
Well, you told me she went to the store earlier. Now you're telling me you don't know. You're not in any trouble. Nobody's in any trouble. We just got to make sure she's okay.
I'm sure she's okay.
Okay. How long
She went to the co-op.
How long's she been gone?
I haven't a clue. I don't know.
Keith, you're not giving me the warm and fuzzies, man. I just need to make sure Patty's okay.
She's not here.
As the caller warned, it was Keith who answered the door. His presence was unsettling, but his jittery behavior made it worse. Every attempt to enter Patty's apartment was met with resistance. His desperation to keep something hidden was obvious, but secrets, especially ones of such magnitude, do not stay buried for long.
Okay. I just want to check and make sure, because if I don't check and somebody's going to call and say I didn't do my job right, and I don't want to get in trouble for that. It'll take us 5 seconds to take a couple steps, look around, make sure she's not here, and then we'll go check the co-op for her. But I just want to make sure she's not in here.
No, she's not here.
Okay. Then give me 10 seconds to check and I'll be on my way. That's all I'm asking. We've met before. You and I have had many conversations.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm not trying to ham nobody up. I was
working on getting rid of the trash.
Don't worry about, I'm not judging any of that. All I got to do to make sure I'm doing my job right is verify she's not in here so that we can let Meals on Wheels know. because they're gonna keep calling.
I didn't have my walker with me.
Oh, I got you. Do you mind if we just come check? That's all I'm asking. We'll be 10 seconds.
Here was trash.
I'm not worried about the trash, Keith. I promise. I got my own trash.
No, but I gotta get on my walker.
Well, you can. Just let me in. You can get in your walker.
Hold on a minute.
All right.
Did Patty take her walker with her?
No, she decided to go independent today.
Yeah, that's what I'm not. So much she actually was so intoxicated.
Usually like me come up with stuff.
Yeah.
That's not your walker, is it? That's a weird walker.
No, my walker's right there.
Oh, I thought you were going for your walker.
I fell over that damn thing the other night, hurt my shoulder.
Oh no. You need any medical attention or anything we can help you with?
No, ain't nothing I can do about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna drag that out in the hallway and fold it up and get rid of it.
Okay. Do you mind if we just look through real quick and then we'll be out of here?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I appreciate it. I'm just gonna try and not get too much in your way. Well, that would make me 5. I don't know if I want to be 5 again. Oh boy, take him into custody, Rourke. Put your hands behind your back, Keith. Keith.
Hands behind your back. Relax. Relax. Relax.
Keith's carefully guarded secret was crumbling fast. The evidence was undeniable, and the officers knew that there was no time to waste. As Keith was escorted to the police vehicle in cuffs, one officer remained behind, still shaken by the gruesome sight inside. Scanning the apartment, he noted Keith's belongings scattered around, proof of a connection between him and Patty. But nothing could prepare him for the chilling details that lay just ahead. Just as the officer began piecing things together, the forensic team arrived, marking the start of a full-blown crime scene investigation. Tensions mounted as they uncovered disturbing clues, each one twisting the case into something far more sinister. A fresh scar on Patty's neck hinted at something darker. Was this a tragic accident or a calculated crime? Then, as the detectives stepped inside, they made a discovery that shattered any lingering doubts. What began as a simple welfare check had just spiraled into an unfolding nightmare.
This was like this, though, when you guys came in?
Yep, I did step on it before I knew that there was a body with a plastic bag wrapped around its face.
Everywhere on the floor.
I feel like that's normal for her, though. He's on the floor.
Yeah, so I think those are baby wipes and an adult diaper.
Okay, well, I'm not seeing it. It's that right now. We'll just make it. Is that feces or is that blood? That looks like feces from here. Okay. We're waiting for Sean.
Both of those would be normal for in here.
Someone taped that on there, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So how could she do it?
So he did say to Rourke, after I told Rourke to take him into custody, I came back around here, we put him in handcuffs, and he said that he just found the body. He didn't do anything. He didn't know what to do. And then he made a comment about how she has hit him in the past. We didn't question him. Nothing.
It's like a throat.
Looks like it, yeah. So we're gonna have.
It's healed over. You gotta find a knife.
Yeah, but it looks like, it doesn't look necessarily that it's healed over.
It's scabbed over, like, yeah, no.
Started and didn't dig in.
Yeah,
right away.
so it's just like fatty tissue, kind of, because
It's hard to tell. Is what
looks very
As detectives unraveled the horrors inside the apartment, Keith was hauled off to the station for questioning. Arrogant and composed, he thought he could talk his way out. But what he didn't realize was that the noose was tightening, his lies cracking, the truth inching closer. And when it hit, there would be no escape.
Closure, Sergeant Betterly. Do you understand why you're here right now?
I don't really understand. I didn't do anything.
Well, we got to talk to you about everything going on at your friend's apartment there.
Right.
So that's why you're here. You're just here so we can talk to you about all that stuff that's going on, all right? How is your health overall?
My health is shot. I've got arthritis, interstitial COPD. I've had numerous breaks in my bones. I've had a concussion.
You blow deep into the straw, please.
Blow. You're good. You can stop. Thank you.
Patty or Patricia Falkenstern? Who is she to you?
She's just a neighbor.
Just a neighbor?
People would say that she's my girlfriend because a lot of times we go out together. But she's not my girlfriend. We don't have or nothing. She don't want and I can't have.
What were you doing in Patty's apartment today?
I went over this morning.
Okay.
The security left at 1. My phone was dead. I should have told Meals and Wheels about it when she was there, but I guess I got scared. I hadn't seen her since Saturday. That's when we get Meals on Wheels 3 times a week. And then we got into an argument about the sausage. I didn't throw it out and I didn't eat it.
All right, so when you went in there, what happened?
I freaked out.
Why did you freak out?
No, she's laying in the middle of the floor.
Where was she laying when you went in there?
In the middle of the living room.
Middle of the living room?
I covered her up with the blanket that she ate. She had a bunch of sores on her, and holes and a bunch of dots on her. Never saw anything like that before in my life.
You were found at the scene with Patty.
Yes.
With a bag around her head.
That's what puzzles me right there.
Well, it puzzles us too.
No, then they used my materials.
What do you mean they used your materials?
My tape.
What do you mean your tape?
My blue masking tape.
To do what?
To wrap the damn bag around her. They used my materials. I was going to fix her windowsill.
So what's peculiar to me is you go into a room. Did you know she was dead at that time?
No. I knew something was wrong. With a bag over her head.
Mm-hmm. And how did that bag get over her head?
Well, I don't know that. I didn't do it.
But at no time you called the police to say, there's a dead body in here.
My phone has 04.
His lies were falling apart, and the detectives had heard enough. One of them pushed harder, determined to break the charade, and eventually, a chilling truth far more horrifying than anyone could have imagined was beginning to reveal itself.
Keith, it's your tape on her. It's your DNA on there. It's your DNA that's going to be on the bag.
I didn't wrap her up.
Keith, you came into the apartment. You've already told us that you covered her body up.
Yeah.
You got in an argument with her.
No, I didn't.
And it led to you strangling her.
No.
That's what happened. Keith.
We got into a little squabble on Saturday about the meat.
During the argument, it became physical. Explain that part to me.
I don't know.
The vacuum was there. Did you pick up the vacuum cord at some point and wrap it around her neck?
Yeah, I guess.
Yes, you guess, or yes, you did?
Apparently I did.
I know you're using a walker, but if you stood up, could you show me how you put the cord around her neck?
I just wrapped it on.
So she never fought back?
No.
Never resisted? So what happened after you strangled her and she was dead? You
I think it went home.
And then what happened?
I might have had a snack and I went to bed.
At what point did you cover her head with the bag?
I don't know.
Okay. Why did you cover her head with the bag?
Because I didn't want to see her.
So she'd been dead since Tuesday morning, late morning then?
Probably. I don't know why I pulled her pants or whatever down.
But you're admitting you pulled her pants down?
Yes. I don't know why, because I couldn't do anything anyway.
Did you try?
No.
Did you use your fingers?
Yeah.
You did? To her or
probably both.
Back at the apartment, with each discovery, speculation faded and a grim reality began to take shape.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either. I'm a little concerned about the coloring towards the end there.
We'll let the Michelle figure that out.
What is that?
Don't think you want to know, maybe.
Oh my god.
We hear.
Yeah, we don't know what that is yet. We're gonna let. We're gonna let you guys figure that one out.
Yeah.
With the chilling evidence in hand, detectives pressed Keith for answers. But his response? A twisted glimpse into a mind far more disturbing than they had imagined.
There was a bottle in the apartment with a long cylindrical.
Oh, that was gonna be my swan or a goose.
Yes, but it appeared to have possible fecal matter and or blood on it. Not in your apartment, in her apartment.
Yeah, but she's the one that pooped on the floor.
Okay. After she pooped on the floor?
No,
Prior
before.
to? Did you penetrate her body with fingers or other foreign objects?
I think I did. Know why I did it.
Okay.
I'm not a violent person.
So she didn't say anything to, like, you were standing up.
Earlier in the day she did.
What'd she say?
You know, I ate her meat or threw it out, and I didn't do either. I don't know what she did with it.
In the end, Keith was charged with disinterment, desecration of a person's remains, and second-degree homicide. Just as disturbing as that was, so is the case of Hunter Bishop, Madison's boyfriend, who was convinced she had erased every trace of his crime, until the cops made a discovery of her body, shattering his illusion.
Y'all know family member or anything? Oh, you're a family member, okay.
Sister.
She's gone. She's dead. I'm sorry, you can't go in.
Can I see her?
No, not right now. I'm sorry.
I was told she just passed away.
She's dead. Somebody her.
You're sitting here telling me that you find out she's dead. You ain't showing an ounce of emotion.
On the 15th of May 2022, when 23-year-old EMT Madison Clevenger failed to show up for work, concern quickly turned to alarm. Officers and her family arrived at the apartment, knocking with no answer, unaware they were moments away from an unbelievable revelation.
Those are hers. My sisters.
Hello, puppy. Hi. How old is she?
In her early 20s.
Early 20s. Any of y'all know family member or anything? Oh, you're a family member, okay. Sister, okay.
Got a pry bar or something so I can break in.
Yeah, but there's a window unit back here. I think we can probably move that window unit, not the close one because it's clearly screwed in, but the other one we could probably get in. That far window unit back here, we can probably get through there. How are you related, sir?
I'm the dad.
Your dad, okay. And then if you would just come unlock the door quick and okay. Okay, yeah. She's gone. 211, 212. She's 10-7. Okay, I'm gonna need y'all to go out. I'm sorry. Sir, I'm sorry for your loss. Can we step outside? She's dead. I'm sorry. You can't go in.
Can I see her?
No, not right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For your loss.
When Madison's unresponsive body was discovered, detectives and forensics rushed to the scene. There were no signs of forced entry, a chilling clue that the killer might have been someone she knew. The neighbors dropped a bombshell. The last person seen leaving her home was none other than her boyfriend. Could he have been the one who cut her life short in its prime? Or was he just a victim of an unfortunate circumstance? The officers needed to act swiftly to figure that out.
Why don't they let her boyfriend?
She didn't say. She said she didn't know anything about it.
If she pulled over, she's got to know. You really know.
Oh, yeah. And Hunter Bishop, I've heard that name.
I've heard that name too.
Oh, he's friends with some real winners.
But they,
Real winner, she said.
Yeah, he is.
I think I've heard of him in that regard.
Something about your baby mama calling me daddy just sits right with me. Well, this was from May 6th. That's the last time he's posted anything.
That was last week. 9 days ago.
Yeah.
He may have his settings set up that some of his posts don't post unless you're friends with him or something like that too.
Let me see your hands, man. Hey, I'm Officer Ash with the police department.
How's it going today, officer?
I'm doing good. You got your license, registration, and insurance?
Yeah. Driver's license.
Is there anything in the vehicle I need to be worried about? Any bombs, guns, drugs, illegal contraband? Ain't got any firearms or anything in the vehicle? Okay. Mr. Bishop, do you mind taking a step out of the vehicle for me?
What, officer?
Well, I just want to make sure there's nothing in the vehicle I need to be worried about. Okay. Well, to be honest with you, you're wanted. There it is. Our CID is needing to speak with you.
Okay. Your what?
Our CID, our detectives need to speak with you. So I need you to step out of the vehicle, and I just.
Okay. Can I turn my vehicle on and roll my windows up?
Yeah, we'll let you turn it back on. I just need you to step back out here real quick, because at this point you are being detained. You're not being arrested, but you are being detained. There was an incident that happened last night that you need that our detectives need to clear up with you. Okay?
Oh, do you have a warrant or anything?
No, that's what I'm saying. Right now you're just being detained. You're not being arrested.
Okay.
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 Make sure. What's that in the front of your pocket or front of your shirt? Where's the gun at?
I don't have a gun.
There. Well, you have a holster. Where's the gun at?
I don't have a gun.
Well, where's the gun that's supposed to go in there? Okay. Like I said, as of right now, you're just being detained for questioning, okay? If you would go ahead and put your hands behind your back for me. I'm gonna go ahead and place you in handcuffs. So there's not a gun in the vehicle?
No.
Do you mind if I take a look to make sure?
Without a warrant?
Okay, there's no problem. If you would have sat back here to my vehicle, like I said, we'll get it all rode up and all this fun business here in a minute, okay? And I'll let you get some stuff if you need something out of there.
I don't want to leave my car here.
No. It's gonna go with us one way or another. Either you're gonna drive it or we'll have it towed, one of the ways.
I can't afford to get it towed.
Okay.
Why am I sitting in the back?
Just because you can't sit up front?
With surveillance footage from a firearms shop and multiple sightings linking Hunter and Madison together, Hunter was brought in for questioning. But getting the truth out of him? Well, that would be a battle of its own. Like many hardened suspects determined to escape justice and keep their guilt hidden forever, it was going to lead them through a maze of lies ending in nothing.
Alright, before we get to talk about this paperwork, it's like everything else.
Am I being charged with anything? I don't know what's going on.
No, right now we're just doing our investigating part. I'm in charge of it. Why we wanted to talk with you today?
That's no idea.
Okay, that's fine. I'll fill you in on the details. There's as much as I can. Our officers went out to residents today to check on the welfare of the Madison Clevenger. She missed an appointment, which apparently is unlike her. And when we finally was able to locate her, we found that she passed away. So at this point, we are trying to talk to anyone and everyone who has known her or seen her previously, and just trying to put our pieces together. So that's why I'm talking with you today.
Oh, wow. I can't hear that.
You know Madison?
Yeah, she was actually a pretty good friend of mine.
Mm-hmm. So how would you define your relationship with her? Did y'all hang out? Did you just talk on Facebook? Did you go out and just do stuff as friends? Did y'all date? How would you define it?
I feel like about my high school love and stuff. I probably didn't see her for what she could have been, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
But we were excellent friends.
Were you wanting to see her more than just a friend?
You know, I had talked to her. I talked with her about it, and I told her that I don't really feel like that if I stuck myself out there and be in a relationship that I would be right now as good as I potentially could be.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen potential in her, and I didn't say an absolute no.
Hunter's unsettling calmness over Madison's death sent red flags soaring. Detectives knew that they had to switch tactics, pushing him toward a confession he never planned to make.
Hello, sir. Mr. Bishop, I'm Detective Smith from Search Police Department. How you doing, sir? You look a little tired, brother.
I am.
Detective Ripper had to step out for a little bit. He's following up on some other stuff. He asked some questions about the traffic stop and everything, because the officers were telling me some concerning things. They found a holster, the appendix holster here on me. It's empty. Was there a gun in it? There was no gun in it? Well, would you carry a holster without a gun? I wouldn't want to lug this stupid thing around if I didn't have a gun in it. Why did you have a holster? Did you, Madison, go to Guns Plus and purchase a gun?
I gave her some advice on picking something out for her.
Right. Did you guys go shooting together?
She shot it.
You go out and shoot at the pond up there, and you got the targets and stuff. You spray paint the targets and all that other stuff. You remember that? We got the targets too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't shoot the gun?
No, I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying that you was with her. You remember the color of the gun?
It's kind of curly.
It's a curly gun?
Mm-hmm.
You know the color of it?
I wouldn't be certain of it.
That wasn't.
It's not the color of yours.
No. Like I said, it was a girl. It was a different color. You remember what kind of gun it was?
No, not really.
You're giving her advice on it, right?
Just kind of like something smaller and controllable.
Right. You remember what caliber it was?
No.
Did you buy a couple boxes of ammo while you was there?
No.
Not you. I'm saying did Madison. She bought the gun. I know that, and I know you were there. I got the video.
So you said you found each other on Facebook?
I can't remember. I believe she found me. I believe. I don't remember how long it's been.
How often would y'all get to talk?
I'm kind of more sparse than she was. I believe she'd contact me more often, but I'm just kind of an antisocial kind of guy.
When's the last time you got to talk to her?
Today's Friday. Probably spoke with her yesterday.
Yesterday? Did you work yesterday?
Yeah.
What kind of shift work do you have to work?
It tends to be the morning, the afternoon shift. At this point, she passed away. Am I being charged with anything?
No. We're still doing our investigation. Well, we're trying to figure out who's the last person that talked to Madison. We have an idea, but we're not certain. So that's what we're talking to everyone who knows her. And we're trying to figure out who was the last person actually talked to.
Before she went to bed, I'm not sure what time that was. She would call and tell me good night.
Yeah.
So I assumed she went to bed and maybe she stayed up on Facebook. I don't know what she did. But before she was ready to go to bed, she called me. We spoke for I don't exactly know how long, and then I guess she laid down, and I guess I laid down for her.
But you don't remember what time y'all talked about?
Sorry.
With every question, Hunter's facade cracked. His once solid story crumbled, and the truth lurked just beneath the surface.
You have a holster on you, and I'm missing the gun. The gun has been reported stolen. You see that? Is that the girly gun?
No, it may be.
It's in your car. We just executed a search warrant on your car. And it was in your car.
We drove my car out. Was it? I believe we drove my car out there for me to show her how to shoot it.
Okay.
I can't recall if she ever got it out of the car or not.
That gun is stolen gun.
Shouldn't be. She bought it.
She bought it. She and it's missing. So it's been reported as stolen.
I believe they took my car out there to go shoot the gun.
Did she left it in there?
I'm telling you, she's coming.
You didn't know it was in there? You had a holster on you, brother?
Yeah, no.
Come on, man.
Yeah, no, I had no idea it was in there.
1 and 1 is still 2, brother. You got a holster on you. You got a gun in your car. It's probably got your fingerprints all over it. I've got a 9mm casings from when you guys went shooting. I had the targets when you went shooting. I got stuff at the crime scene that says what killed Madison was a 9mm.
Well, I thought she just passed away.
She's dead.
I was just told she just passed away.
She's dead. Somebody shot her.
I mean, wow. I was just told she passed away.
She did pass away.
Well, I guess I've never informed how.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe we took my car out there to go shoot it. I guess she could have left it in the car. I mean, I was at my house all night last night.
All right. Here's the thing. I've got a search warrant done on your vehicle, and I have your vehicle right now. I have your phone. I have all of that. We're doing a search warrant on that. I'll give you a copy of the search warrant. We have the video of you guys finding the gun. We got the gun. We'll get searched fingerprints off that. I have a projectile at the scene.
Mm-hmm.
That projectile comes back and matches that gun that was in your possession. That's the only handgun in there. What do I got? Is that what happened?
Sir, I fell asleep in my house last night.
Understand. Do you have anybody that will cooperate with me where you were last night? Because I have a witness that heard the shot at the scene last night and saw a vehicle leaving the scene. I got to get more details from him, and I'm not going to lie to you. This is one thing I do not do, sir. I do not lie to my people. I got to get more information on that. But I know what I know. The time, I know the exact time when it took place. They were out smoking on a break from watching a video. I'm not saying you committed a homicide. I'm not charging you with that. Okay?
I do not.
And I'm not charging you with it. Okay? Not at this point in time. Now, if there's ballistics come back, be capital murder. That's a death penalty. Okay?
Hunter refused to break, convinced his lies could outlast the detective's persistence. But time was not on his side. It was going to catch up to him sooner or later.
I'm not. Like I said, you're giving me pause. I'm wanting to believe you, sir. But you're giving me pause by not answering some of my questions the way a logical person would think. So I have problems with that.
So I don't have great memory, and I will literally submit to whatever you need to me. And I don't understand. I did not hurt this wonderful person.
I appreciate that. And we will, like I said, we will look at all aspects of it.
You got to think, before when you pulled me over, I obviously had no idea why you're pulling me over.
It was just to stop you and say, we need to talk to you. Well, you're a person of interest, and we need to speak with you. Will you please come here?
Okay.
And then, like I said, he doesn't want to do this to search the vehicle, and then we found this, and there was a reason for that. I'm just telling you.
I had no idea what y'all pulled me over for.
And you didn't know that gun was in there?
I didn't.
I don't know if I mind that, brother. I don't know if I am.
No.
But all I know is the facts. The facts right now is you have Madison's gun in your vehicle. Madison's gun is missing. Madison was shot with a 9mm. That gun's a 9mm. Yes, sir. It is. But I also have the projectile from the crime scene. And I will be able to tell with 100% certainty that projectile come out of that gun that was in your possession. I will tell you that for sure. That's 100% sure. My grandma is good at that. And that projectile is in very good condition, so I know they will be able to make a match. If that's the gun. It may not be. If that's the case, it's cool.
Seeing Hunter struggle to maintain his facade, the detectives took a different approach, one that would strip away his lies once and for all.
Bishop? Hey, my name's Detective Fritz. How you doing today?
Hello, sir. How are you?
I know it's been a long day. That's doing good on water? You need anything else to drink? All right. Bishop, is that your first name or last name?
Last name.
Last name. Which do you go by, Bishop or Hunter? Alright, Hunter, if I can get you to do me a favor real quick. Stand up, face me. I like to smoke.
Yes, sir.
Just turn the chair.
That's just cold.
I know it's chilly in this room, naturally. So,
Alright, I gotta ask, where'd you get the McDonald's shirt? Is that where you work? Oh. There's a lot of aspects about my job that I deal with. And I think you're telling me a little bit of the truth, but you're not telling me all the truth. Okay. You're trying to blow smoke up my back end that you think will give me just enough. You're trying to use enough $50 words. Trying to play chess. I'll play chess. Okay, here's the thing. I want the truth, the whole truth. Absolutely. Because right now, what you're doing is not telling me the whole truth. So,
I'm pretty tired. I'm not always best words. My parents stay at the house. I mean, we were looking at home together.
there's stories that you're not telling the whole truth on. Okay? I've got video. I've got the phones. I've got everything. But here's what I want to know. Okay? I want to know what type of person I'm dealing with. Okay? I want to know, am I dealing with the absolute cold-blooded killer that dealt with somebody before, and now lo and behold, you got a hold of another gun and just some things happen? Or am I dealing with the person that, spur of the moment, things happen? The simple fact is, I've got you on video holding a gun. We've got statements from individuals saying you shot the gun. That's enough right there in itself. So what I want to know is, who is the person I'm dealing with? Who am I dealing with, Mr. Bishop? Did you kill him?
Absolutely not.
Mr. Bishop, did you kill him?
Absolutely not.
Everything you're telling me right now is not true.
I don't have a reason why.
Look at me, face me, come talk to me. Ugh. What happened? Start from the top. What time did you go over there yesterday?
I don't know, we sat in the parking lot for, I don't know, 15, 20, 30 minutes. I don't know. We went over our house, on the porch, smoked a couple cigarettes. Oh, I left.
Why the neighbors see your car there last night?
They didn't. I was there. At my
Mr.
house.
Bishop.
Okay. Sorry.
I've got neighbors telling me. I got signed statements. Who am I dealing with, Mr. Bishop?
Well,
who am I dealing with?
Sorry, I wasn't there.
All signs pointed to Hunter, but without a confession, the case was far from over.
What happened, Mr. Bishop? You're sitting here telling me that you find out you ain't showing an ounce of emotion. So that's what worries me about who it is that I'm dealing with.
He's living in here when I do it.
You have none right now.
But you had video, so...
Are you just that cold-blooded?
It's okay. Alright. You really don't know who I am, so that's fine.
So tell me who am I talking to? Who am I talking to?
You're talking to me right now. Hunter Bishop. That's who you're talking to. I told you, my grandpa died in 2018, July 10th. Wrecked me. I haven't dealt with family death in about 20 years. It was the first family death and the most important family death. You weren't in here when I got messed up about it. It took me 2 or 3 weeks to mourn about my grandfather's death. I've had a pretty rough life. I don't just...
What happened last night?
I wasn't there.
What happened last night? Everything you're sitting here telling me feels contradictory to that. I'm good at my job.
Then you must have been there.
Give me the start then. What happened? You got off work at McDonald's. What happened?
I already told you.
Tell me again.
Sit in the parking lot for 20, 30 minutes.
What'd you talk about?
Life, everything. What do you mean?
Like what? I'm not asking you what happened 6 months ago. I'm asking you what happened yesterday.
I talked about the way the shift was going, or whatever she did for the day, or what she ate for lunch or something. I mean, not intimate things.
Okay.
I told you, we went to her house. We didn't talk about...
Check your car, her car.
I believe it's with her car. Or we took...
What do you mean you believe? You don't know?
Check the video cam.
I'm asking you.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't remember.
You don't know how you got from work to there yesterday.
I probably got her car.
Okay?
Most likely.
So you drove her car from your work to her house.
Wait, what?
You got in her car and drove to her house. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Most likely, I mean, I'm almost sure what happened.
So then how did you get back home? Because your car's back up in McDonald's. Well, I thought you said you drove from her house to the gas station back to your house.
But I mean,
see, that's what your stuff's not making up.
I don't pay attention.
Tell me the truth. What happened?
Just go to McDonald's and get the footage. You'll see how I got in her.
Hunter, I'm asking you, what happened?
I don't know why you're raising your voice at me.
What happened?
Pretty sure I got in her car.
Pretty sure? You don't know. Well, if you don't know, maybe something else happened.
I told the officer, swipe me for whatever.
I'm not worried about swapping or anything in this world. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Hunter Bishop is the person. Because you're the one that can tell me everything. We've got statement forms. I'm going to give you a pen. I want you to lay it all out. I'm going to go check on a few things, verify a few things. And I'll be right back.
Well, okay, so you're really good at your job. I want you to remember, you know, I told you quite a while ago that I'm talking to you. I'm not going to write a statement for you because it is obvious that I'm adding some details that will be better displayed or showed in videos, because there will be McDonald's video footage.
And I can promise you we're going to do every bit of that, but I want your statement as far as what happened. Okay? This is your chance to write it all down, to lay it all down for me. This is so that you can make it crystal clear for me. So, give me just a second and I'll be right back.
In the end, Hunter Bishop was found guilty and charged with capital homicide. Still on cops finding hidden bodies, here's a case involving 52-year-old David Callahan, who believed his darkest secret was buried for good. That was until an anonymous tip shattered his illusion of freedom.
Highly suspicious. Seems like a body part.
You, Dave, are a heartless, no-good bastard who put the love of your life in the ground. And that has to be an evil, bad person.
Heartlessly, the woman you love more than anything in the world. So you had to make something to wrap around her neck to make sure she was dead.
Yeah. On September the 5th, 2018, Martha Robin Freitag's sudden disappearance sent shockwaves through her family and friends, prompting a desperate call to the Akron police. Days passed with no sign of her until officers returned on September the 7th and were met by her on-again, off-again boyfriend, David Callahan. With suspicion thick in the air, the officers knew that they had to tread carefully.
Akron police, just come outside. How you doing? Is Martha here?
She's probably at her boyfriend's house.
What's your name, bud?
David.
David Callahan? All right, come on down here for me. Just have a seat if you would. Why do you think she's at her boyfriend's house?
Oh, that's where she stays most of the time.
Where's that at?
I don't know. I don't even know who it is, really. I mean,
are you the only one here?
Hi, 11.
You and the dog?
I mean, she's here maybe a couple times a week anymore. I mean, we've actually been split up for a year. We've been in separate bedrooms for the last year. I mean,
let me get your social real quick.
She's schizophrenic. She's been on and off her medication. I don't know how many times. You know what I mean? Everything's top secret. I guess her and her daughter's fighting again.
604 to computer. Well, that's part of the reason we're out here, because no one in her family's talked to her since July.
I don't know how. I know she's texted her.
No, she hasn't.
Times. If she has another phone besides that. It's nice.
Well, who are you getting text from?
Huh?
Who are you getting text from?
Her? She hasn't. I mean, I see her very randomly here. You know, the house is in her name. We got the house 8 years ago.
Right.
I mean, I'm making arrangements to move on slow but sure. I just don't have the money. You know
right.
What I mean? I'm trying to. Like I said, I know she's seeing somebody else.
What's his name?
I don't even know. I've never met him.
Where does he live at?
I don't know. I have no idea.
What, does he live in Akron?
think so.
You would think so, but you don't know.
No, I don't.
Is she in Ohio?
Yeah, as far as I know, yes.
When's the last time you talked to her?
I don't know, probably, say 5-6 days ago, maybe.
Where was that at?
That was here.
She stopped up
I
here.
to see her in passing. I was leaving. She was,
Yeah. It's her. Martha or Robin?
yeah, she goes, her first name's Robin. She goes by Martha.
Right.
Freitag. That's Marion.
Did you get your warrants taken care of?
No, I need to get down there and take care of them. I got a couple misdemeanor warrants. Driving under suspension.
Through Akron? All right, well, we're going to help you out with that today. If you still have those warrants, we'll send you down to court. You can get them taken care of today. That'll work out. Sounds like you want to get them taken care of, and we're here to help you take care of them.
I'm supposed to work today.
With suspicions mounting, officers took a strategic approach to handling David, but without solid proof, they needed more. And days later, it surfaced in the most unexpected of ways. On September the 13th, Robin's cousin received a cryptic, anonymous text about David. What followed left investigators stunned.
Gentlemen, you tell me.
Well, you know, highly suspicious. Seems like a body part. But we didn't want to dig it out anymore till you guys got here.
Yeah.
41.
But I think you know, all of us would want it dug out a little bit more before you guys can say.
41, you copy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that's about it.
let's check. Was it dug out when you guys got here?
That guy.
What made him? Did he say what made him start digging?
Yeah, he gave the whole story to the other officer and us. But he's a friend of hers. She's family. Okay.
This one that's walking
yeah,
here.
walking there. Yeah. And she got an anonymous text saying if this guy who you guys have arrested recently, okay, that if you wanted to get rid of somebody, who would bury it back here by the fence.
Oh.
So she came back and saw this loose dirt,
Yeah.
ash.
And they say
that
this
guy to come over and help her.
And they say this gentleman is already arrested.
Yeah, that's what both of those two people are telling me.
With undeniable evidence pointing straight to David, investigators moved in without hesitation. But when they finally confronted him, his reaction was nothing they expected.
My name's Hanlon. His name's Marks. We got our bosses are mad at us about not making any progress on this missing person. So I know you talked to Sergeant Ross a little bit. Here's water. We want
Actually,
to get...
freezing.
I'm sorry?
Freezing.
You're freezing?
I have severe rheumatoid arthritis. Any bit of coldness that will make it so. It's cold.
Well, unfortunately, we can't do anything. We don't adjust it. It's done by.
It should be warmer down here than it is up there. You drink tea? Would that help? Well, I got your water. I'm sorry you're cold. I can't do much about that. This is a miserable ass building, to be honest with you. It's either hot or cold or somewhere in between. So, what day did you get? Well, what day did you get booked? Seven. What, it's just some chicken misdemeanor warrant?
Yeah, I was supposed to do 30 days house arrest a while back.
Them judges, man, they black robes.
Now, Robin, the one that's missing, she had a restraining order. Well, she put one on during that process. You know, I couldn't do it there. I was basically homeless. And I just made some poor decisions.
Well, we all do.
David painted a picture of a troubled relationship, emphasizing Martha's mental struggles and his strained ties with her family. He had no idea the investigators already held damning evidence against him, waiting to see if he'd confess on his own.
Well, Dave, I think there's some little piece missing here, but that's what I think. I think you'd feel better if you just told us what it is. I think there's a little bit more to the story, Dave. You're not getting. think he told us.
I mean, you told us you believe in a higher power.
Don't you think you'd feel better if he told us the birthday? I mean, let it go.
You're not going to be able to celebrate her birthday.
Yeah, probably be easier to celebrate her birthday tomorrow if we had the truth out here about
Her daughter, you said her daughter, grandchild. You said her daughter, grandchild. You said she had a grandchild. Her parents.
I think you really feel better if you just let go and tell us the rest of the story. Huh? Well, we can talk about it. I have heard on that. I can go get it. We can do that.
Yeah. Let's talk to our boss real quick. We want to make sure he's satisfied. And
If there's
then
anything else I can help you out with, I would.
okay. So we're gonna talk to our boss real quick. Make sure he's satisfied with what's going on. There's one thing that was mentioned.
This is like we're gonna see if we fully believe you or not, Dave. We're gonna have a little exercise if you play along. This will be an honesty tester. If you would, could you grab that pen for me? Yeah. And write your sister's name like 5 times. 20 times. When you have about 20 of them, that's good enough. Thank you.
As David's story began to unravel, the investigators switched tactics, one that would force him to rethink every lie he had told.
Dave, let me ask you a question. And I appreciate your honesty. You're very good at this. Are you a heartless bastard? A heartless, cold bastard? No. Okay. So you wouldn't want people to think that about you, right? So you're just a heartless, cold bastard, right? There's some pieces missing to your story, Dave. And this is why we had to write this out. So, that's your handwriting. Matches that. You just wrote your sister's name. Problem is, this is August. And as you know, that is your girlfriend, the love of your life, Robin's hand. That is September, where you paid the rent. So we can keep up this farce that Robin is still around. Correct?
Okay, I've done this numerous times.
Well, you told me earlier you've never done it.
So
You've never asked me if I've gotten a money order for her.
he did ask you this.
I did ask you if you ever made the payment. Yeah.
So Dave,
I did make the payment.
Here's
I
the
went and got
question.
the money order and gave it back to her.
Here's the
So
question.
she's never done it.
Here's the
You were
question.
saying you didn't even know how much it was.
Here's the question.
You were saying you didn't even know how much it cost.
You did say.
Before
Are you a
this and
heartless, no good bastard? Are you a
You
heartless,
never asked me
no
if I
good
went and did that.
bastard? You did ask.
If I made the payment to my sister, I never made the payment to my sister. I walked down to Speedway and got this for Robin. I've done it
That's
for
not what
numerous times.
That's not what happened.
Okay?
You paid it, so we keep up this mirage that Robin is still around. And the answer is, do you want to be a heartless bastard? Or do you want some clothes? You want people to claw with their lives?
I'm telling you what I did.
Tell us what you did.
You're not telling us what you did.
That's
Tell us what you really
That's
did.
what I did. Because for whatever reason, she didn't like walking down there or whatever from time to time. And I walked down there and got the money order at Speedway. Okay? From Speedway. I know where it's from.
Dave, that is complete.
No.
That is complete. You said you had never done that. You did that to keep
I
up
never
the
made
farce
the
that
payment to my
Robin is still
sister.
alive.
I never made the payment to my sister.
You did. I'm sure you did.
Okay, I filled it out for her. So what? Okay, I filled it out.
Because it's
when
just
I got
another
it.
loop in the story that doesn't count.
David's facade was crumbling, his lies closing in on him. Trapped with no way out, his next move would be the most telling yet.
Why don't you tell us the truth about what happened to Robin?
I told you everything I know.
Between you and Robin, Robin can go up to heaven and be left alone, and you can get her off of your heart and soul. I'm trying to see if you have a heart and soul.
I told you everything I know, and I've done this more than one. I've done this more than
You
one or
didn't
two
tell us.
times.
You didn't tell us.
Throughout the 8 years we've been making the payments to her.
Tell us the part about destroying her phone, being on her phone, pretending that you're her. Tell us about
I
that.
don't have her phone.
Where's her
I
phone?
never did. I don't know.
No. You put it. We found it where you put it. Why don't you just tell us the truth of that? You'll feel better.
You guys
You'll
share a
feel
bedroom?
better.
I don't have
You guys share a bedroom?
with my time.
Which bedroom? What color are your bed sheets? What color are your pillow sheets?
They don't match. I've gone down there numerous times. Not every time.
I think you'd really feel better, dude. Let it go. I've sat in this room. He sat in this room. We talk to people, and it's like, because otherwise, people who would look at this event and say that you, Dave, are a heartless, no good bastard who put the love of your life in the ground, and that has to be an evil, bad person who has to go away for every last day of their life. Every last day. So, Dave, are you that person? Or are you the person that has struggled with someone who's, as you said, for 16 years you love her, but she's schizophrenic and she goes here and she goes there? Because there's no reasonable person, Dave, in the world that wouldn't believe that you harmed Robin. We all know that, three of us sitting in this room. You should just get it off your chest, man.
It's the heat of the moment. Plan it out. So it's the heat of the moment. When's the last time you had a fire in the backyard? Middle of August, late August. When's the last time you You've been staying there's no way. You've been staying in there.
Sensing David was on the verge of cracking, investigators tightened the pressure, determined to break through his web of lies.
Well, you've been staying there and you had to put up this charade that Robin was still around when she wasn't because she was in the hole that you put her in. Now, again, you're either a heartless, cold-blooded son of a bitch or whatever. Something spun out of control and you're like, well, what do I do now? Which is what most people say after they do something horrible like that.
Get scared, you gotta do something.
And you have to reckon with the fact that the person you loved for 16 years more than anything in the world is gone.
Was it natural? You were just afraid that someone would think you did something. You had to do something. You're just doing it so you can spend her money because times are hard. You have to have one income now. Nobody's gonna believe you.
It's true, I ain't thought about that. When you pretend pretend to keep it the charade if someone's still alive by using her phone. I mean,
Today's the day to tell your true story.
It is the day to tell the true story. And whether you're a heartless bastard who needs put away for every day of the rest of their lives, or if it's something that's spun out of control and then you keep it is what to say. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. But I know that the person I love more than anything in the world is gone. So,
You're used to having two incomes and you can't live with one income, and maybe it was a heart attack. You had to do something and you're just, the guy with Barbara just did that. And mom.
That's true.
I just got my disability a year or so ago. I mean, we've struggled with way less than that. You know?
Okay, so it's not the money thing. Well, you didn't tell us everything.
No, you didn't tell us how and why you killed her. Again, was it an argument? It was heat of the moment, passion, and then you're like, well, what did? Or you're a heartless bastard. You killed the woman you claim you love more than anything in the world.
Defend yourself.
Right.
You said she's schizophrenic. You said you never put your hands on her before. Did she ever put her hands on you? No. She has her daughter. She has her grandson. She has her.
Tomorrow is
her birthday. For them to sit there and reflect.
Yes.
The things that they had to see. The things they had to do. The agony they've been going through for the last month.
Heartlessly. It's mind-boggling to think about.
Something that you said you were willing to do.
Yeah. You said you were making a very fire.
You never told anybody that?
Dave, we're not stupid, dude. You think we're gonna make that up? I'm not making anything up. You think I made this up? We know everything. We know the answers to the questions we ask, man. I'm trying to get you to say that you're not an evil, no good bastard, and that there were some extenuating circumstances that you killed the woman you love, pretended that she was alive for over a month. I mean, because if you just look at it,
fires on top of it.
If you just look, if you look at it, you're like, that has to be a heartless, cold bastard. Wrap this woman up like that, and put her in this fire pit. So,
went all of your life had bonfires.
Tomorrow was her birthday.
Tomorrow's her birthday.
With the evidence stacked against him, David could no longer outrun the truth. Cornered and out of options, he finally cracked.
Do you want to see a picture, Dave? You know what you did.
You want me to go ahead? I need a cigarette.
Tell us what you're going to tell us, and then you can have a cigarette.
I'll give you a cigarette.
Okay, well, you're going to tell us what you're going to tell us, then I'll give you a cigarette. I'll give you two.
We'll stay downstairs. I'll let you.
Go ahead, get it off your chest, Dave. You'll feel better. Swear to God.
Thanks, man.
Okay, so what do you want? Explain to us. Okay, you're not going to take a swing at us, are you? No, I don't think it's anybody's fault necessarily. Things go awry in life.
If it wasn't so early during the daytime, I'd let you smoke right now. But we can't do that.
We'd have to take it downstairs. Bosses. Yeah, we smoke.
You tell us what's going on.
You tell us what's going on, Dave, so we know you're not a heartless bastard, and I promise you can smoke all you want, alright?
Not all you want. Not all you want.
Well,
you're talking reasonable.
Get it off your chest, Dave. You feel better.
Yes, feel a little bit better already, just knowing that you're going to make that decision.
I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean for it to end up like that.
No, it's not a very...
I didn't. I'm not a vicious person like that.
It's not a very respectful way for a person to end up.
I know it's not. I got scared, man. I'm really scared. Just... Oh, God, man.
I understand being scared, no doubt about that. So what was it, Dave? An argument or something, or what?
Or just wanted to do something gift for no reason. really no reason at all. I just snapped. Snap.
What was the argument?
We had argued the day before, and I had left just to try and keep the peace. She just kept accusing me of cheating on her, and I wasn't doing it. So she just.
The day before, then the day she called the cops on you?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
I don't even know what the argument was even about. I didn't mean
I believe that. 16 years is a long time. Why did you just... What happened?
God.
You just got scared, that's why you put her in the fire pit?
I dug it out. I didn't know. I didn't burn her out.
David kept talking, weaving his crimes in a tale laced with regret, but the horror in his words left investigators chilled to the bone.
What happened between you and Rob?
She just kept yelling at me to get in my face, and I hit her. I don't. She hit.
Where were you guys at?
It was upstairs.
In the bedroom or in the hallway right there?
Bedroom.
And you said you hit her?
Yeah.
Did you hit her with your fist or was it something else?
She had half an axe handle or something beside the bed. She had it there for a long time. Just thinking to protect herself. Just, I don't know, just snap. I don't know why.
So you struck her with the half an axe handle?
Yeah, I don't even know how many times.
After you struck her?
I choked her.
Choked?
It was over. 2 minutes.
Did you use something to choke her or did you use your hands?
A piece of. I got so scared I knew she was gone. I got a piece of rope. Stick on it and try to make sure she's dead. God, I'm sorry. She's just so relentless.
How long did this
Let
take?
me leave me alone, man. She knew I didn't know where to go. Just kept on me. I give her every dollar I had for whatever she wanted. I never had nothing in my pocket. Nothing. It's never good enough.
What happened after Robin?
I took her out back and I dug it out. A couple feet. Threw it out in there and covered it back up.
Did you do anything to Robin before you put her in there?
As far as what?
Put her in anything? Was she dressed?
She had her night clothes on. I used the blanket that was there. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't plan on doing it. She woke me up out of my sleep. Said the police are on their way. I run out of the house and they came. I hid in the backyard behind the fence until they left. I went back in. I'm like, why you gotta keep doing this to me? Why you gotta keep trying to get me in trouble? And I just slipped out.
Because she was pushing your buttons. Pushing your buttons.
Just
pushing your buttons.
It wasn't just bad days. It's been ongoing.
Well, eventually the levee breaks, right?
Eventually the levee breaks.
I broke it.
With each twisted revelation, the story grew darker, and by now, there was no escaping the fate that awaited him.
I knew it was wrong what I did, where I put her.
Yeah?
I just was so scared, man. I didn't know what to do.
I can see that.
Have you talked? Be afraid of the people that are good liars.
What am I going to be charged with?
Well, that's the question for.
We have to go talk to a lawyer about that.
I didn't plan on this happening. I
Spur
tried
of
to
the
work
moment.
it out so bad with her. I really did, man.
Spur of the moment.
Well, all the time she called the police on me.
There's a lot of calls to the police.
Nothing was ever proven. I never put a scratch on her until that night. I swear to God, dude.
I believe you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
And half the times I wasn't even there when she called.
What were you thinking when this was going on?
How much trouble.
Well, I mean, when you had to hit her, what were you thinking?
I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even remember grabbing the thing and hitting her.
Did you have to make something to wrap around her, or was it already?
Make sure I wasn't sure if she was. I come back upstairs with that thing. I was creeped out. I just wanted to make sure she wasn't suffering no worse. Because I knew it was probably too late then. I was make sure she wasn't suffering.
Yeah, I know what it is. I can't think what it's called. It's a piece of rope, you put a stick on it, and you use the stick to tighten it, right, Dave?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like a tourniquet, I guess, to kind of reverse.
I don't know what's wrong. I mean, I didn't. Went outside.
I just asked if you had to make it, or was it something that you just found?
I went outside and I made it.
Use like a stick and sheet. Use like a stick and rope, or.
I mean, everything was up to whatever. So
you had to make something around.
Sheet, book it, Did you tie the whole package up with anything or something so she would stay inside of the blanket?
I think I tried to. So I was so panicked. I mean, I don't remember. I might have. I don't remember. Okay. I possibly did.
Anything else you want to tell us, Dave, right now? About anything? I think you'll feel better. You feel better right now?
Probably sounds bad. What happened with my dog?
Your buddy still got your dog.
You should still have.
I love my dog, man. I don't feel bad. Don't say it. It doesn't sound strange to me. I love my dogs as much as I love my children.
So I have a dog before
Right. Well, Dave, we're gonna put those handcuffs back on you and put you over to the other side of the room, and then.
We're on them downstairs.
I mean, if you want to, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll pop down there in the basement. Then we'll bring him back up, put him in the room, and have.
We gotta call CT.
In the end, David Callahan was charged with homicide, tampering with evidence, gross abuse of an unresponsive body, and domestic abuse. If David's case was unsettling to you, what comes next is even darker. 64-year-old Athena Valentini, found lifeless on her bedroom floor, heartlessly taken down by the last person anyone expected, her own son, Levente Lazar.
Oh, wait, no. There's a lot of blood. I can't tell if she sliced herself or something came up.
I need you to help me understand why you did this to your mom.
I didn't do anything to my mom.
Do you realize that these text messages you show me from your mom were after she was dead? You sent those texts from your mom's phone. And she was already dead. She couldn't.
What? No!
On October the 25th, 2018, in Grover Beach, California, a wave of concern swept through dispatch as a correctional officer made multiple calls about a missing colleague who had vanished without a trace.
Grover Beach Police.
Yes, this is Officer Cook calling from California Men's Colony.
Hi, how can I help you?
Just calling to let you know that there's going to be 2 officers conducting a welfare check at South 9th Street.
Okay, is there anything that we need to be aware of?
No, not at this time. Just calling to let you know, just in case something does go awry, that there are two peace officers at that location. Going to be in an unmarked car.
Alrighty, Officer Cook. Thank you.
Thank you much.
Bye.
Grover Beach Police.
Hi, yes, this is Officer Cook.
Hi there.
Hi. I called a little bit ago, informed somebody that we're going to be doing a welfare check on one of our
Yes, sir.
employees. Want to see if you can send a unit down here. Based on the information that we have, there may be an issue at the residence. We have to have a unit come here. Her vehicle's here. She only has one vehicle. The vehicle's here. And from a neighbor's description of her daily routine, it's not normal. And she is not answering the door. So I just want to see if we can get a unit here for further contact or possible interest.
Okay, I'll send somebody over there.
All right, thank you much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
When officers arrived, worried co-workers anxiously shared details about their missing colleague, Athena. But as they stepped into her apartment, they had no idea that they were about to uncover something truly disturbing.
Call for a check on a registered nurse that never showed up for work this morning.
Oh.
So get here. We know she only has one vehicle registered to her from our information.
Mm-hmm.
She's not answering the door. We spoke with a neighbor. She said the last time she saw her was 2 days ago, but she did hear her yesterday speaking Hungarian. She is Hungarian, and that's all she knows. She said that she has a regular routine. She locks the gate. She's got a small gate out front.
Okay.
Locks it with a padlock. Has a dog that she leaves out front.
Okay.
The padlock's not there. It's unsecure. There is no dog. She said that her son lives in the area. We tried contacting him. No answer.
Okay.
So
no answer with her phone either?
No.
Any cars?
This is her only registered.
This is hers, yeah?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Athena Valentini. Partner here saw some red type of substance on the blinds. So I don't know if that'd be enough for you.
You guys are scaring the shit out of me. Well, it's good enough if you guys are going to request to check the welfare. I don't need a warrant. I'm just going. Okay.
So we're not authorized to make entry here.
10-4. They're requesting to check the welfare. Doors unlocked. This one, right?
Yeah.
You guys yell in there?
No, we never opened the door. So I don't even know the net door. Let's see, here's the red. Could be paint, could be whatever. Right here.
Do you know if she has any weapons or anything?
No idea.
Police department! Athena! That doesn't smell good. Athena! Police department! Athena! Police department! Yep. 1144. 12. Code 4. 1144. Alright, just don't touch anything, but looks like a lot of pills. Oh, wait, no. There's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Can't really tell for slice marks. Sam 6, do we have a David unit available? Okay, yeah, let's finish and then I'll have you guys just stand outside. Just don't leave until I get your guys' info or something. And
No,
then,
we're not gonna go there.
yeah, we're not gonna touch anything. Looking at that, it's I can't tell if she sliced herself or something came out. Okay, we'll just we're clear. Let's go ahead and step out. Yeah, don't leave if you don't mind. Let me get your info, but
Oh, we won't go anywhere, but
yeah. Until we get somebody to move her, I can't tell how she went.
With Athena's still body now discovered, officers knew that there was no time to waste. The real investigation was just beginning.
You want to check the garage?
Yeah, let's go through there. I don't see the animal. So she's got a kid. She's had any problems? DV problems, anything?
No, the neighbor just said that a lot of homeless.
I saw her at work yesterday, or last night actually.
No car?
Negative.
Yeah, that's her there in the picture.
Who's that guy, your son? I would say ransack, but I don't know what she's ransacking about because even her purse isn't ransacked. So if they're going for valuables. Hello. Hi. Did you know Athena?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the president of the association.
Okay. Can my partners talk to you outside in just a minute?
Sure.
From there?
Yeah.
Do you know if she has relatives?
She's got a son in Chicago, maybe?
Do you know how to get a hold of him? No.
Nah.
When was the last time you talked to her?
It's probably last week.
Okay.
She didn't pass away, did she?
Yeah.
Got cameras.
Okay. Well, if you don't mind, we'll be contacting you in a little bit. That'd be okay? She's located upstairs. There's a lot of pills around her, but she's doubled over, and I can't tell if it's slice marks, but there's a lot of congealed blood. She's like in a prone position, well, a curled fetal position upstairs.
The neighbor at the very end, extremely helpful, seems to know a lot about her.
Okay.
Because she's the one that gave us the full rundown of how she keeps everything locked. The dog out front when she goes to work. She knew half of her license plate number.
The neighbor knows a lot about her. Number says that when she goes to work, she leaves the dog outside in the patio area here.
So it was confirmed that she was at work yesterday from 06 to 1400.
1400 yesterday afternoon?
Yeah.
Was she supposed to be at work today?
Yeah. That's how we ended up out here.
Okay. What time is she supposed to be at work today?
I got, what was told to me was at 0730 that she was no contact and a no-show.
So sometime between 1400 and 0730 something happened.
This is what we have listed as an emergency contact, which nobody's been answering.
Hello, Sergeant Romina, Grove Beach PD. I'm trying to get a little more information on your neighbor here at the first department. When's the last time you've seen her and talked to her?
It was probably 2 days ago, and I think I heard her either last night or the night before.
You heard her?
Yeah, she was talking to someone in Hungary, and I think it was her son.
Oh, on a phone or something like that?
No, in person.
Okay.
But her dog's not up front. She usually leaves her dog, her little beagle, out in the front.
And it's a little beagle, you said?
Yeah, little beagle. I think that's the brand. It's a little brown dog. She's about 9 or 10 years old. And she's very well behaved.
And usually when she leaves for work, she leaves the dog on the front porch until she gets home.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome.
I'll give you a call if we need any more information.
Okay.
But you didn't see her last night or anything?
No.
Did you hear any fighting or anything like that? Any loud noises?
No, because I work till 9 o'clock. And
Okay.
And she never left the truck in there. She always put his car inside of the garage, but last night.
So she never does? She never...
She put on the day, but the night she always put inside of the garage. And
Oh, I get it.
Last night is there.
Other than that, did you see anybody around
No.
other than her?
No.
What kind of dog does she have?
It's a small yellow one, small dog.
Like a Chihuahua?
Kind of Chihuahua. It's a
Chihuahua.
little bigger than Chihuahua.
Okay.
Yeah. Is
All right.
something wrong with it?
Yeah, she passed away. So we're trying to figure out some stuff. So that's why we're there. Okay. Well, if you remember anything or anybody in your house remembers anything from last night, can you have them give me a call?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
As detectives combed through Athena's apartment, the scene pointed to a chilling truth. This was no accident. Her phone was missing, and a crucial lead surfaced. Her son, Levente Lazar, living in Indiana. But when officers delivered the news, his reaction set off alarm bells.
Hi. Hello, are you Lazar? Or Mr. Lazar?
Yeah, Levente Lazar.
Okay, is Miss Valentini your mother?
Yes.
Can I step in and speak to you, please?
My girlfriend lives here, but sure.
Is it, you live here with her, though?
Yeah, she's here and a dog.
Okay, would you mind if I come in?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Come on.
Thank you.
Oh, puppy.
He's on. Hello, how are you?
Hello, good. How are you?
Doing pretty well. I was contacted this afternoon by the St. Louis Obispo County Sheriff's Department or District Attorney's Office, I don't remember which one.
Okay.
Your mother's passed away. I'm very, very sorry for that, obviously.
What happened?
I don't know. They didn't really give me any details. They just asked that we come and make a notification to you.
Okay.
And then have you get in touch with them.
Do you have a phone number?
I do. I have a phone number for you. I have it written down already. It's Casey Neal, and that's his telephone number.
And you don't have any other details?
No. No, he'll be able to give you any kind of detail or whatever. And that's general practice. They don't really tell us a whole lot when it's, especially when it's out of state. They just ask us to come and make notification.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Very sorry for your loss.
Thank you so much for
Obviously-
the house call, though.
Obviously, that's a very hard thing to have to deal with. So,
Yeah.
when was the last time you spoke with your mom?
On Monday, and I've been calling her, and it goes straight to voicemail, and then the voicemail says it's full.
Okay.
But she's been having a tough time with her phone. I thought maybe it was a phone issue.
Okay. Sorry to have to bring bad news to you.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you so much, though. I really appreciate it.
Sorry about that.
Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Moments after the officer left his apartment, Levente called a detective insisting that he had been in Indiana, far from the crime scene. But surveillance footage told a different story. A man was seen inside Athena's apartment leaving shortly after with her usually not stranger-friendly dog. With mounting evidence against him, detectives were ready to unravel the truth.
I wanted to first again extend my condolences.
Thank you.
This is a very difficult thing to deal with, and I just wanted to let you know that we all wanted to extend our condolences and work very hard on this case.
Thank you.
It's very difficult losing a parent. I've lost one as well, and so.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I actually lost two parents now because
Yeah.
my father passed away from a heart attack. So my biological father.
Right, you said that was before you guys came over.
So I was born in 1992, and my parents married 2 months after I was born. And he passed away in 1995 from a sudden heart attack in the middle of the night.
Oh, wow.
My mom just woke up and passed away. And then in 1997, we immigrated here because the Hungarian laws, when it comes to like adoption and stuff, is if the father passes away, then the child goes to the father's parents, so my grandparents. And my mom was scared of losing me, so we fled the country.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we came. We went to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And then we kind of built a life from there. So.
Okay. Well, I did want to give you more information now.
Okay.
About what we found out in California.
Okay.
And I got a copy of your mom's trust stuff, so I hope I give you that today.
Okay.
And you can look through it. Just real quick, so in order to share this stuff with you and talk to you about it, I had to give you an advisement because we're in a police department. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and you have the right to present an attorney before and during any question if you wish. You can afford one. One can be appointed for you free of charge. Okay?
I understand.
Sorry, that's just a formal advisement.
I understand.
So another thing, so you told me you and your mom have identical cars?
Correct.
Okay.
The vehicle's just around here.
Oh, your vehicle?
My vehicle,
okay.
yes.
So it's a white Jeep Patriot?
Correct.
Okay.
2013, I think.
Your mom's dog, that initially was your dog, right?
Initially, yes.
Athena?
So, sophomore year of high school, it's 2007, I mentioned that I'd never had a dog. And all my friends, to my mom, and all my friends had dogs and cats and stuff like that, but we've never had an animal.
Mm-hmm.
So I mentioned it, and she went to a pound in Agora Hills, and she just found a little beagle and she brought it home. And then she was my dog until about 2010 when I moved out.
Okay.
So I never took Athena. She came to Berkeley with me for maybe like a week, but she's never lived with me long term.
Once you went to school?
Yeah, and then my mom took care of her since 2010. For the most part, my mom walked the dog without a leash because she listened.
The dog will listen to her. And you too, I would assume.
Yeah, of course. She kind of listens to people that she
knows.
met like at least a couple of times.
Okay.
When the detective laid out the evidence, Levente didn't flinch, doubling down on his denial. But this was just the beginning of a twisted game of deception.
To give you a little more information, your mom, I believe she was attacked and killed on the 24th of October.
What day is that?
That was
Wednesday.
Thursday. So when you look at the calendar.
Because I don't know the dates.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry.
Sure. So, yeah, so it was Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay. So you talked to her on Monday, right?
Yes.
And then you went to Indianapolis on Tuesday. It was the 23rd.
Correct.
Okay, so then Wednesday is when I believe she was killed.
Okay, and she texted me.
And she texted you on Thursday, on the 25th.
Yes.
At 9 p.m. Okay. And then you've been in Bloomington since then?
Yeah, or just like a nearby area. So when Monday, the day I spoke to her, I've been in like 100-mile range.
Of your house?
Yeah, of Bloomington.
Okay. Okay, well that's kind of what I need a little bit of help with, is because, and you've had your phone with you that whole time?
Yeah.
Okay. I was able to get records for all your recent people that have called your mom.
Okay.
And so your number was one of them on the 22nd.
Yeah.
So they came back with those records when I asked from AT&T.
Okay.
And so they showed your phone going to Springfield, Missouri on the 23rd, I believe. 22nd, 23rd. Can you help me explain that?
Not Missouri. I went to Mount Vernon in Missouri. But that was, I'm sorry, in Illinois.
I thought that was Illinois, yeah.
Yeah, but that's as far as I went. I didn't go to Missouri that day.
Oh.
Or that week.
Really?
Missouri was the earliest time I was in Missouri was in June.
Okay.
Of this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the only phone you have?
That's the only phone I had. I had this since January of last year.
Huh.
Now
it's just strange. I mean, so basically when our phones travel, they talk to cell phone towers.
Correct.
Right. So you're a smart guy. You probably know better than me. Every time they connect to a tower, it shows the tower's location.
Yeah.
Your phone has to be within close proximity of those towers.
Right.
So the fact that your phone shows going from your house basically to the Springfield, Missouri.
I understand. I understand.
On the 22nd, 23rd.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was not in Missouri this month. Last month. June was the last month I was in Missouri.
Huh.
Late June.
And the other curious thing is, so on the 25th, your phone is showing up in Texas, and it tracks all the way back to your house from Texas.
The last time I was in Texas was when I moved out there.
Oh.
It was 2015 because I drove here.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I looked at your phone records, what I did was I looked at the other callers that called your mom, okay? And I found another Cincinnati, Ohio number that looks like it was traveling with your phone to your mom's house. And
I don't have another phone either.
Yeah, well, so when I looked at that and I put the two records together.
Oh, I understand.
The harder the detective pressed, the deeper Levente dug into his denial, clinging to his story as the walls closed in around him.
I have a map from your house to your mom's house.
Oh, to my mom's house?
Correct.
Okay.
With those two phones, it maps directly from your house on the 22nd to your mom's house on the 24th.
I can promise you, I was not.
Okay.
I was not in California
listen
January.
Listen to me for a sec here. So
sure.
When I looked at that,
yes,
I checked. There's other systems that we can check that they have what's called a license plate reader.
Okay.
Okay. And when a license plate gets scanned on that as you're driving down the road, it takes a picture of your car. Okay. And the picture it took in Texas and in Arizona and California is a picture of your car.
I was not in California this year. Alright, except in January.
Okay, listen to me, Levente.
I'm listening.
Okay. All those records clearly show it was your Jeep. Okay. There's video surveillance cameras on your mom's apartment. Did you know that?
I did not.
The video surveillance cameras show you going into your mom's apartment when she was murdered. Okay. So what I'm here to do today to talk to you is about, I already know that you're the one that went there. Okay. I need you to help me understand why you did this to your mom.
I didn't do anything to my mom.
Levente, it's clear to me. There's clear as day, unfortunately. We went and bought that phone at Best Buy. You're on video there buying that phone, the Cricket wireless phone that you used during this trip. I have you on video there. I have your video on your mom's house. I have video afterwards with Athena leaving. Okay?
Casey,
you have to accept we're past that part. Okay? I know it's tough. This is something that's me hard to talk about, but
No, there's nothing hard to talk about. It's the fact that I didn't.
Explain to me why you killed your mom.
I didn't.
Did something happen there? You know what I've looked into? Listen to me for a minute. You know what I've looked into? It sounds to me like your mom was kind of a taskmaster. And she, I know she was upset a little bit about, your choices for school, and that she would kind of push on you a little bit.
No, but she didn't even want me to go into academia. She wanted me to be a nurse, an RN.
Well, listen, I can understand growing up how you had a tough childhood, okay? And I know, you guys moved here, you lost your father.
Casey,
she has many different men.
Since I was 18, since 2010, I have been independent. I have never relied on her financially, emotionally. I mean, we've shared bonds, but that was it. Like, she never controlled when I went to Davis, when I switched majors. She wanted me to be a doctor. I wanted to be a historian at the time.
Mm-hmm. Well, there had to be something to where...
No.
Well, listen to me. It's clear, Levente. Let me show you a couple things here. Okay, just so you know. Okay, here's your trust, right?
Okay.
And this goes in to explain that you are her sole heir, so you do get all her property.
But I didn't even know about this. I mean, I knew she wrote one up, or she talked to attorneys, but I didn't know about this.
Okay.
With more evidence presented to Levente about his involvement, he still felt there was a way out if he could stick to his story of denial.
Let me show you a few things here, okay? So we can get past that part, because it's more about why, okay?
It's not about why.
Okay. Okay.
I don't understand what you're saying.
This is your house right here where this is.
Yes.
This is your mom's house.
Yes.
Okay. You understand that pictures caught you along the route. That's your Jeep, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So what you're telling me about being in Indiana and never leaving and not seeing your mom in January of this year
No, I saw her in
is
January.
clearly, well, you were at her house on the 24th of October.
Of October of this year, I was not.
Levente, do you see what I'm showing you? You want to see more? Your pictures of your Jeep was taken all along your route with you in it. Okay? The video at your mom's house showed you driving by at 3:30 that afternoon, okay, in your Jeep. Okay? Understand what all this says is that you were. So for you to sit here and tell me that makes zero sense, and it doesn't look, good for you. Okay? What I'm trying to understand is, did something happen when you were there that caused a struggle with your mom?
No.
Were you just mad at her? Do you need money?
No. I don't need money.
So what happened? Tell me what happened. That's the only way we're going to understand this a little bit better. Because you seem like a very intelligent, smart, and a nice person. And something had to have happened that day.
Nothing.
We all make mistakes.
No!
Okay?
I mean, I understand everybody makes mistakes, but no, First of all, as you pointed out, I had a rough childhood.
Yeah.
But you know what? I've always had my mom. Always had my mom. She was the number one person, with the exception of the dog, that I could go to.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for me to hurt her. I never hurt her. I never did. If anything, I went out of my way to help her all the time. There's no...
Can you explain this?
I cannot. I absolutely cannot. But I did not do anything to her. I really did. I promise.
Do you understand that there was video surveillance all over that complex?
Okay, there was. But
I watch you go in and out of the house. I watch you. Your mom actually had a video surveillance in her house because she was worried about the transients.
Okay.
Okay. I watched you do it. Okay.
What do you mean you watched me do it? I didn't do anything. Casey.
Help me explain why.
Why? Why what?
What happened that day? What happened in your life around that time where you decided
Nothing.
I have to do this?
Nothing.
Was it a spur of the moment? So your mom, you called her that day several times, and she actually told her friends about it and left voicemails about talking to you.
Yeah.
On the 24th.
Yeah, I spoke to her.
You told me earlier that you didn't. You said on the 22nd. No, but you called her from the phone that you bought at Best Buy.
I didn't. I only have one phone. I only have one phone. Casey.
Did you not buy a phone at Best Buy?
I did not.
Do you want me to show you the video of it? Do you want me to show you the video of it?
Sure.
Okay.
The more Levente tried to talk his way out, the tighter the detective closed in, firing question after question, unraveling every flaw in his story.
Look, I understand you're looking for motive, but there is absolutely no reason for me to hurt my mom. Okay? This December, I was talking to her about meeting Hannah's parents. I asked my mom for her engagement ring so I can use it as a promise ring for Hannah. There was nothing.
Did you find the ring there?
I don't have a ring. I absolutely do not have a ring. I'm not gonna hurt my mom for a little gold ring.
I know, there was more to it. Okay.
That was it.
You have to. Why did this happen? Why did you hurt your mom? Did you understand how this technology works?
I understand.
Do you understand that?
It communicates. There are cell towers, like let's say every 25 miles away, and every time you move from one zone to another zone to another zone, it kind of follows the cell tower or nearby cell tower. I understand that.
Okay.
But, like for example, I don't know why it said Texas. I haven't been to Texas since I first moved out here, which was 2015, because I drove through it. That's it.
You didn't buy a phone at Best Buy.
I'm saying I didn't hurt my mom.
I
didn't buy a cell phone
at Best Buy. You did not.
I didn't go to California this year except in January to see, and I flew there. I didn't even drive.
Do you realize these text messages you show me from your mom were after she was dead? They were sent after she was dead. You sent those texts. Yeah.
From my phone.
Right. You sent those texts from your mom's phone. Because she was already and she couldn't.
What? No! Look! Hold on. I'm sorry. No. I didn't send those text messages.
Okay.
I don't know. Look, I finished the test. First of all, why don't you... Is there a way to see... You're accusing me of hurting my own mom.
Well, do you understand why?
Because of a map. Of a phone and another phone traveling.
Videos of you at her house. Walking into the house, walking out with a dog. Okay? I know this. Where's Athena?
I don't have Athena.
Where is she?
I don't know because I haven't...
Did you leave her there? Is she still alive?
I don't have the dog. I don't know if she's alive. I haven't seen the dog on my phone since January.
Okay.
Look, I've been open with you with everything.
Under mounting pressure, Levente admitted to buying the burner phone, but insisted it was for personal use and had already been discarded. Sensing his story was crumbling, he tried to change course, but the detective was already one step ahead.
I was in California, but I didn't go see my mom. I didn't see her. I drove by her place.
What'd you
I went to Los Angeles. I went to Los Angeles too, and I could prove it to you. I could show it to you.
Okay.
To buy marijuana.
Okay.
And I bought medicinal marijuana. I went to it's on Venice Street in Los Angeles. That's why I went to California.
Okay.
And
How do you show that to me?
How?
Yeah.
I have weed in my house.
Okay. And how much weed did you buy?
About $120 worth.
$120 worth of
Yeah, it's 15 grams.
Okay.
That's it.
So that's why you came to California?
I know it sounds ridiculous, but I don't know anyone here except Hannah. Hannah is not going to go ask people. I'm not going to go ask other people either. She's in medical school.
Okay. What did you tell Hannah?
That I was going to Chicago.
And why did you tell her that?
Because she doesn't like it. She doesn't like, because she's in medical school, she's worried about, like, first of all, this is Indiana, they don't have any, if I got caught smoking weed here, she would get in trouble. Because of that, I kind of kept that a secret from her.
Okay. So what day did you leave to go to California?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, which was what? What's the date on Tuesday?
23rd.
Okay. And about what time did you leave?
8 a.m.
8 a.m.?
Yeah.
Okay. And how did you get
Or,
killed?
no, I'm sorry, 6 a.m. 6 a.m.
6 a.m.?
And I drove.
You drove?
Yes.
In what?
My car.
Your Jeep?
Yes.
Okay, the same one I have the pictures of?
Yes.
Okay. How long did it take you, number one, to get to California?
Thursday, I think, was when I got there. Thursday, because I went to LA and that's when I bought marijuana.
How many hours driving is that?
30, 40?
30 or 40 hours?
I really don't know.
Did you stop and stay in a hotel anywhere?
No, I just drove all the way through.
You just drove all the way through?
Yes.
And you got to California on Thursday?
Thursday.
About what time?
Afternoon. It was about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock when I went to Los Angeles.
Okay. So did you stay anywhere?
No, I drove the entire time.
You just drove straight from your house to LA to your mom's house.
I stopped and
then straight back to Indiana.
I stopped and slept.
Where did you stop and sleep?
In the driver's seat of the car.
Okay. Well, where did you actually stop?
Going to California, first place I stopped was Albuquerque.
Albuquerque, New Mexico?
Yeah.
Okay. And you remember where you stopped?
No, it was like a rest stop. So it was not in Albuquerque, it was nearby, off the highway, rest stop.
Okay.
The detective had no doubt about Levente's guilt, but without a confession, the case was not complete. Yet Levente refused to break, holding on to his lies with everything he had. His life and freedom depended on it, and perhaps with just a little more resilience, he could lie his way out.
What did you do with your mom's phone?
I never saw my mom, so I never saw her phone. I never saw my mom that day.
Okay.
What
happened with the dog?
I don't know. I didn't see the dog. I didn't get out of the car that day. Like, when I drove by her house, I didn't get out of the car. First of all, I don't have the dog. I didn't hurt the dog. I didn't see the dog. I didn't see the dog. I didn't see my mom. And I'm wearing the clothes with the exception of the shirt.
All these are the same clothes you went there when you killed her?
Yes. No, I didn't kill my mom. No. These are the clothes that I wore to California. I didn't see my mom that day.
What happened when you went to her house later that day?
I drove to her place down Main Street, and then I circled twice, saw a guy in a pickup truck washing his car. He lives there, I'm assuming. Then I went back to the Main Street, and then you know how at the end of the Main Street it goes to the beach. Sat there for a little bit, called her. She didn't pick up. Called her a couple of times. She said she was running errands. She eventually picked up. She said she was going to be home later that evening, and then I drove home. I literally drove home.
Okay.
And it's
you know your phone goes back to her, that area by her house. You know your phone doesn't leave then, right?
Okay. Yeah, because I was on the phone. I called her and I talked to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that.
And you went back to her house.
No, I didn't. No, I literally left. After I spoke to her, I drove away from Grover Beach. That is.
Oh, yeah. After.
No. No.
There's two things, Levente, that I know. Okay.
Yeah.
One, it's not about who did it. Okay, I know you did it, but here's what like the jury's gonna see, or Hannah's gonna see. More importantly, is you either one, you're a cold-blooded killer, has no remorse, and killed your mom, planned it, did it. Or two, something would happen there when you went to see your mom that I don't know about that you cannot fill in, and that's the only thing that the jury or Hannah needs to know about you.
No, because
you understand that?
I do.
So,
I do.
Are you a cold-blooded killer, or did something else happen in the house?
I never.
What else happened in the house then?
I never saw.
No, that's we're past that, Levente.
Are
All
we?
right, we are.
How are we past that?
We're way past that.
Prove it.
I'm telling you, I've already proved it. Okay, that you did this. Okay?
No, you haven't.
Okay. To me, Levente, you need to be able to explain this, because no one else is going to understand. You're the only one who can give us that part.
Okay, so I told you, there's no reason for me to hurt my mom. Okay, You want to brand me as a cold-blooded killer?
I don't want to brand you as
or the jury? Fine, but we'll see. But you know, you don't have the evidence.
Did something else happen there?
No, because I didn't see my mom. I did not see her, like face to face, like interact with her. I did not see her that week. I wanted to surprise her. I wanted to tell her in person that she is going to have a daughter-in-law.
And did you tell her that?
No, because I didn't see her. I was going to tell her in person. She's been having a tough time with her neighbors. So I wanted to give her some happiness for once. And I wanted to tell her. Not over the phone, face to face. And then tell her, look, why don't you take a week off or something like that in December so you could come to Florida and meet her parents?
I've watched the videos with my own eyes. I've looked at all the cell phone tower data. I've looked at all the license plate reader.
Yeah.
I've watched her apartment complex. There's video all around it.
I'm not denying.
Okay, and you go in that house. You go in that house on video.
I don't.
You do.
I do not.
The fact that we know all these things. How do you think I knew about you leaving with a dog? How do you think I knew about?
Because you showed me a video of some guy leaving with a dog.
No, I saw another video of you going in. Okay, that there's no doubt in my mind you were in that house.
As officers searched Levente's home while the detective interrogated him, they uncovered Athena's will, an undeniable link to her homicide. But even with that, his reaction left the detective questioning whether they were dealing with a cold-blooded criminal or something even more sinister.
No, I don't have that. I don't have that. Because it's this. No, it's not this. I don't have that. I just have the property titles.
That's at your house.
I only have the property titles.
You're saying
I don't have any will or testament. I don't have that.
That's at your house.
I don't have that. I don't have that. I don't have that. I'm telling you right now, I don't have it.
They told me they just found this in your
I don't have that. I really do not have that. I only have property titles. Are you ever going to show me that picture or that video of me walking into my mom's house?
Is that what it would take for you to tell me the truth?
I'm curious because
would you tell me the truth if I showed you
well,
that?
you've mentioned.
Would you tell me the truth?
You've mentioned a lot of evidence, but you've never showed me anything except the Google
Would you tell me the truth if I showed it to you? I mean, is that what it takes?
Is this a psychiatry thing going back and forth with questions? I'm asking you, are you ever going to show it? It's either yes or no. It's not a question back. That's what I'm asking.
What if I showed it to you?
The same thing.
What would you say?
You just showed.
What would you say?
Oh, I gotta see it. I don't know. I have to.
Why would you have to see it? You know.
Because no, I don't. Because you're telling me this. You're telling me you have so much evidence of this and that, but you haven't shown me anything except the the map and the cell phone. I didn't go to my mom's house. Prove it to me. Just please prove it to me. Because
and then what?
I don't know. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
What do you mean?
Then you would tell me what happened?
You know, this is a psychology thing.
It's not.
Or this is like a psychology meet where you ask one question and then a psychiatrist or psychologist ask a question back, and it just goes question. Nothing gets done.
I'm gonna see if you found it.
I'm just asking.
With every piece of evidence pointing straight to Levente, denial was no longer an option. Trapped with nowhere to run, the walls were closing in, and there was nothing left to save him.
Casey, I can't give you what you want if I don't have it.
You don't have it. You just choosing not to tell me. This is a choice you've made. Okay, the choice you made to kill your mother.
No, I didn't.
The choice you're making to come up with these bizarre stories that make zero sense.
Wait, but how are they bizarre? Did your team at least found the weed?
See, and the things you focus on.
Yes.
Are just silly.
Okay, they're silly. But was she dead on the day I arrived?
She was dead when you killed her. You did. Okay, Levente.
Yes.
So, unless there's anything further that you want to talk to me about and be honest about, I think we're done. Is there anything you want to tell me? Now's your opportunity.
No, I have nothing else to say.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and stand up and take your jacket off for me? I'll place you under arrest for murder of your mother.
A deep dive into Levente's devices exposed a chilling trail. His search history flooded with details about the Grover Beach homicide and his own name as a suspect. The findings only confirmed his involvement. In the end, Levente was charged with first-degree homicide with a sharp object. Now, onto the case of Walter Mitchell, a man so twisted he believed he was proving a point after his harrowing deeds came to light, when local hunters stumbled upon 29 human body parts scattered across the desert.
Yep, it is.
Is that an arm?
Yes, it's the right arm.
I wanted a platform. And because I wasn't getting a platform.
On December the 26th, 2020, two Yavapai County sheriffs ventured into the woods to meet with two hunters who had contacted authorities after they had encountered something very unsettling.
This right here, this is crazy.
Is it in a bag or what is it?
No, it's laying right there.
Okay.
So look at, we're just gonna walk along this fence line, just to this tree.
Okay.
It's right below.
Did you touch anything?
Oh, hell no.
How close did you get to it?
Probably 8 or 9 feet.
Okay, so stop wherever you stopped before, okay?
Truck right here.
Okay.
I backed the truck. I broke a couple of branches because I'm trying to get to that dead one that's down like that.
Right.
And that's it right over there.
Okay. Yep, it is. You got crime scene tape?
I got it.
Okay. Let's go back to the car, you guys.
The officer immediately confirmed it was a severed limb and moved fast to secure the area and informed forensics as well.
You got crime scene tape?
I got it.
Okay. Let's go back to the car, you guys. Stay there. He's going to get a witness statement from you. All right.
Were the fingernails polished? Did it look like a female's hand?
I didn't look that close.
We're not going to get too close right now. I'm just going to get Mike and CI started. You need to call out CI.
10-4. So it is confirmed?
In my opinion, yes. It's, I don't know if it's male or female or what, but it's definitely confirmed.
For how much?
We got about 10 feet away from it because we don't want to disturb any footprints or anything, and we're going to be putting up crime scene tape. I believe it's a leg.
But as they were inspecting the arm, they noticed something very strange about it, which would actually turn out to be an important clue later on.
There's like toilet paper on that arm.
Yeah,
too. Did you only see an arm or did you see something else? Just that one? Okay. All right.
And then I told him about seeing a string of toilet paper on the road.
Okay.
More information came to light as they began taking statements of the callers who described an earlier incident which seemed strange to them.
There was somebody that was heading up here when we were up here, and it's like he stopped because he saw our truck and then he backed out slowly.
And I walked down here to see if I could see what car it was because it sounded like it was still idling right here.
Yeah, it stopped.
But I didn't see it.
It was weird. You know, and I thought it was odd, but there is a lot of prints around here.
So you guys have been up here twice now.
He has.
I've been up here twice now.
The way this works is I need all your most current information here, okay?
While securing the area, one of the deputies shared a theory about the arm. But despite this, everything still seemed very confusing, and it was difficult to determine if someone had kept the bones or some animal had probably made a meal of someone. However, predators are not usually known to leave weird body parts scattered all around without eating them.
Somebody that was camping and a bear got him. Is there our bear up here?
The bear wouldn't leave the arm and then take the other arm.
If it was full, it might.
It would come back.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Is there anything back in there? He said there was more toilet paper this way, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. There's toilet paper on the arm. That's freaking weird.
All right, here, I'll go put it by the arm.
No, this is about... That's
Close
as far
as
as
we
we're
want.
going. Right there's that blue thing.
Does it look like it got bitten off? Like it was chewed on or anything?
It's chewed on, it looks like. Well, he says fresh. Now that I'm closer, definitely not fresh. Because now I can actually really kind of see the hand.
Yeah, it's weird that there's toilet paper on it. And especially on the back end right there where you see that dryer sheet
Yeah.
or whatever that is back there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if somebody tried to cover it up or wrap it. Looks like a dryer sheet.
Oh, that part back
Yeah,
there.
the part right there in the back of the arm.
Looks like the stuff some other dryer sheets are made out of, but like on a roll. And then there's more of it over there.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just go this way.
Now that I've looked at it, it is older, but it's still got skin on it.
And it's weird, like they try to wrap the back of it with like some kind of
Dryer sheet or fabric.
or something.
And the fingers are all purple. I got pictures too. I can't get
that
them.
an arm?
Yes, it's the right arm. He backed his truck right up in here, and he was getting ready to cut this tree, and they saw that, and they got out of here. So they saw something else back in here, but I'm not going back in there to mess anything up.
But this was not all they had in store, because the very next day, the deputies received another call from 2 other hunters who found something very disturbing.
Down in there?
Yeah, the heads are up here. Looked as lazy as whoever this was. I think they kind of threw some dirt, some rocks and over in the ditch here.
That's kind of where we had stopped and ate lunch. And I crossed this, and I thought, it's just somebody dumping trash because there's everywhere.
Right.
But then I walked across this, up the hill right here.
And that, and that.
They had discovered 2 severed heads. At this point, these were all indications that no animal could have done this, and that the cops might have a serial killer on the loose.
And whatever else we haven't seen, that's what we found.
Okay.
All right. But with the coyotes and all that, who knows what could have been here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got a call into Scott Poppenberger right now just to let their carnivore attack team know, just in case this being out here has put something in the air to call them out and caused any issues. So may have some cat action up here in a while.
When I tell these guys that I know that work for the sheriff's department, the police department, there's things you guys see that I don't want to know. This is one of them right here.
This is it.
This is one of the things I don't need to know about.
The officers initially considered the possibility of a coyote attack, but the reality turned out to be far stranger. As they conducted a thorough search of both scenes, they discovered additional body parts and evidence that linked the 2 incidents. This made the detectives search for the origins of the human remains. He called a research company in order to find out about the blue wrapping paper. In addition to finding blue and white paper, many of the severed limbs were marked with metal tags, and the officers discovered a bag labeled Future Gen X. They pursued this lead to further investigate the situation. Although this might not have been enough to unravel the case, the cops had found a string and were ready to keep pulling till they uncovered the truth.
If they have some kind of tag on them, it's a whole body donation, so we do tag everything that we have.
I need to talk to somebody who can give me information on your willed cadaver program for a law enforcement matter.
Yes, this is April. I can help you.
April, so I hate to be indelicate, but we got a call yesterday afternoon from some folks out cutting wood south of Prescott that they had found an arm and a leg. Do you guys use medical ID tags on the appendages?
We do not.
Sounds like we can rule you guys out for help then.
We don't tag legs and arms. We do ear tags, and our bodies are never separated. They're always whole bodies.
Okay.
They soon traced the company's headquarters to Seattle and contacted Walter Harold Mitchell, the owner of the company in Scottsdale. Mitchell seemed very uneasy with their questions during the investigation. The footage was redacted by law enforcement, but we are left with the audio recording of the officer's conversation with him.
Hey, Walter. How's it going? I'm Detective Smith. This is Detective Franklin. We're from Yavapai County Sheriff's Office. Can we talk to you for a minute?
Sure.
You mind if we carry the rock? I just don't like you having a rock in your hand while you're walking with us. Do you have any weapons or anything on you? On your person?
On my person, no.
You used to own a company called Future Gen X?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what we're here to talk about.
Okay.
Have you been following the news at all lately?
No, I have not.
Okay. All right.
How many bodies did you bring with you from you left Washington? Bodies?
Cadavers.
Whatever you want to call it.
Whatever.
Body parts. You know what? Come on, guys. This is an interrogation.
We came to talk to you.
Yeah, that's an interrogation.
You can call it what you want, but we just came to talk to you so we can get to the bottom of what's going on.
Okay. You know what? You can talk to my lawyer.
Okay.
What? I don't get it. all over our county that have your company's name on them, and we're trying to figure out. Bull.
Not bull.
Why would I drive all the way down here
That's a good question, but I'm done.
Okay. All right. Well, turn around and put your hands behind your back then, if you don't want to talk.
The officers detained him and then searched his apartment, where they found a metallic cylindrical object which they immediately identified as a pipe bomb. They immediately cleared the area, and the bomb squad later confirmed that the bomb was indeed real. When the investigators questioned Mitchell about it, he told a very bizarre story.
What we're looking for here mostly is to try to identify the remains in this case so that we can try to do the right thing and get those back to their families if that's something that needs to take place.
This is not correct. I know the number was 53. 53 was the total, but minus 5 heads. So 48. 48.
We all want to know why. I think that we have some ideas why. We heard a lot of things about your finances.
So why is not financial? Never has been. There are times in my life where I was motivated by finances, but this was not one of them. Okay. The reason is because my industry, over the entire industry, is unsafe, very unsafe. And I've been a failed whistleblower since 2002.
But after a thorough search was conducted, they discovered that most of the severed parts found were female that were tied with twine. But Walter claimed his innocence by saying he was a whistleblower and wanted to expose the improper blood testing in his industry.
If I wanted to hide something, I would have dug someplace in my land or taken it someplace else or done something completely different. I wanted a platform. And because I wasn't getting a platform. And so that's the why. I hope that answers your question. The body is a perfect ecosystem for transmitting diseases. So when you have 30,000 bodies a year going to private organizations, and they're dissecting 150 to 200,000 tissues going around the world, and they're not screening properly, and they're not blood testing properly, and I wrote a very detailed article. I don't know if you've been given that article, but I'll show you where you can get access to it because it's on a LinkedIn site, where I show and have shown over the years that the players have been doing incorrectly.
Interestingly, Walter had also authored a fiction book about serial killers, in which the killer is a medical professional who uses his insider knowledge of the industry to perfectly execute murders and dispose of the bodies. And soon, DNA results of the body parts disputed Walter's claims of the severed limbs.
The crime lab came back and said that they can definitively say that there are 9 individuals.
Okay. There could be tissue, and it would be the hips.
We only found one hip, one left hip.
Okay, there's got to be more out there.
I have 5 skulls, 2 right. I have 2 right arms plus shoulders, 2 right arms, 1 right shoulder, 3 left arms plus shoulders, 1 left arm, 1 left shoulder, 3 right legs, 2 right knees, 1 right foot, 1 left hip, 4 left legs, 1 left knee, and 2 left feet.
You're saying there's more out there. Where? Did you bury it? Did you put it in a different location than the other stuff?
It's in that vicinity, very close. I'm going to tell you flat out it was worth it, because after 30 years, I want to walk away saying I did something good for my industry and for humanity. And as silly as that sounds, I'm the moral compass in my industry, and I have been.
Walter Mitchell was convicted of 29 felony counts of concealing or abandoning a dead body. He would spend over 6 years behind bars.